Hello, welcome back from Top the Wall, and we're back with another Commander Power Hour. And I have a new microphone in case you haven't noticed. I have that sweet radio feel. I think I got the condenser microphone, the one that gives you the radio sound. If you haven't noticed, so let's spin our wheel here. We have 7 options on the wheel, and we're starting with stipulations this time. Oh, build with a $120 budget. All right. And what commander do we have? The reason why I started with the stipulations last time, if you saw, I ended up rolling Thassa, and then I went to stipulations and it said to use an artifact as my commander. I'm like, Biden of Thassa. Sure, perfect. Works. Season the Perverter of Truth. I'm not sure exactly where that creature is from, but sure. And caps locks are on. Inverter of Truth. Perverter of Truth. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, the player loses 2 life and draws 2 cards. Kind of a group hug card. I don't remember even putting this on the list, but sure. Let's stick you right here. Nope. Right here. And then place you as the commander on our board. And I'll get to a thinking. What do I do with this commander? Oh Jesus. Oh, Jesus. All right. So we're playing with a mono black deck. Attrition strategies are definitely in. There's a lot of black spirits. Maybe tribal. Nah. Let's wheel decide, and at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses 2 life. So every rotation, total of 6 life is lost. Everybody draws total of 6. Actually, plus their upkeep. So everybody draws a total of 3 cards each turn. Yeah, I can see a deck forming around this. Okay. And now let's start the clock. Using my phone as a timer this time. 1 hour on the clock. You have 1 more hour with me. Get ready. We're going to start with Soul Ring because everything needs a Soul Ring. We're going to do... That needs to be actually capitalized. Yeah, if it's not capitalized, it doesn't actually show up. And tap.net, I believe, gives you problems. So we're gonna put in just a solid 38 lands, just so that way I don't go too short on lands, and I can use them as sort of like a placeholder until next time. We're gonna go for Baleful Force. Baleful Force. The reason why I choose Baleful Force is because he's a very similar card. At the beginning of each upkeep, you draw 1 card and lose 1 life. So it's a card that just works for me. And I figure if I want my commander, I want a second copy of him and something similar-esque. It's similar. Then we have another card that searches people's libraries. I saw this one from Lorwyn, I believe. Actually, I just need to type in black commander. Whenever you type search, you never have to really type library, because it always is followed up with library on every single card. And it was a legendary creature. Yeah, there's only like a few of them. Yeah, here it is. Marlin of the Morning Song. I saw this card and I thought that it was a little different. It's been a while since I've actually seen it. 1 black black 2/3 players can't draw cards. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life, searches his or her library for a card, puts it into his or her hand, and then shuffles his or her library. So at the beginning of at each player's draw step, they instead demonic tutor, and they also pay the 3 life. It does actually turn my commander into more of a life loss commander that just attritions people out. I don't know if well, Marlin's something very similar. And watching people just go turbo at each other, powering everybody up, and everybody has an answer for the next thing and the last thing that somebody played. And having a bunch of silver bullet 1/ofs in this deck to go with it, plus a bunch of group slug cards. Actually, group hug. Yeah, this is officially a group hug deck. Looks like a kind of... Oh yeah, how about the card attrition? We're going with an attrition strategy. Let me just... try that one more time. Oh no, it's not attrition. What was the other one? It was a card that dealt damage whenever a land entered the battlefield. Black. A black enchantment that... Nope. Enters 2. Yeah, there it is. Polluted Bonds. 3 black enchantment. Whenever a land comes into play under an opponent's control, that player loses 2 life and we gain 2 life. This is a way to mitigate some of the issues with the Perverter of Truth. Paste Polluted Bonds. Also, I'm thinking Reliquary Tower. Reliquary Tower. Oh, and then we can go down one more swamp. Now, I'm sure that there's a few other good cards that cause each player to lose life. Player lose life. Okay, so there's a couple of them. Bloodchief Ascension is actually a pretty good attrition card. At the beginning of each end step, if an opponent lost 2 or more life this turn, you would put a quest counter on Bloodchief Ascension. And then whenever a card is put in the opponent's graveyard from anywhere, if Bloodchief Ascension has 3 or more quest counters on it, you may have that player lose 2 life, and I gain 2 life. Another way to mitigate the issue with us taking 2 damage every turn. And remember, over a period of, like, let's say nobody really wants to kill this thing too often, 6-7 turns. Imagine how fast everybody starts playing when everybody just has access to more cards and are seeing more cards and playing a lot faster. And then the entire time everybody's taking more damage. People are beginning to think about attacking one another. And everybody's getting put down lower and lower. This might be something that we want. Just to keep us afloat from some of the chaos. Circle of Affliction comes into play. Choose a color. Oh, it's like Circle of Protection. Whenever a source of the chosen color deals damage to you, you may pay 1. If you do, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So, wait, our commander deals damage, right? Copy. Does Caesar, the Preserver of Truth... Oh no, we just lose the life. Dang, I was hoping that we could, at the beginning of our upkeep, draw the 2 cards, pay 1, and we can have a player lose 1 life, and we gain the 1 life. Darn, we can't make it trigger. That's too bad. Creeping Dread. beginning of each of your upkeeps, each player discards a card. Then each opponent who discarded a card this way that shares a card type with the card you discarded lose 3 life. Oh, that's interesting. This is a way of forcing everybody to discard the extra cards that I make them draw, and then I can hopefully make them take a little damage in addition to this. So it's a sort of damned if you do, damned if you don't. A Curse of Wizardry enters the battlefield. Choose a color. Whenever a player casts the chosen color. Nope, I'm not looking for the chosen color stuff. During each player's upkeep. Forsaken Wasteland. Nope. Players cannot gain life. During each player's upkeep, that player loses 1 life. If Forsaken Waste is the target of a successful cast spell, that player's caster loses 5 life. Oh, Forsaken Waste. No, I don't like Forsaken Waste for this. It seems a little slow. Let's see now. Dark Suspension. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, the player loses 1 life for each card in his or her hand, more than you have in your hand. Oh, well, Dark Suspicion, that works. And it's only 29 cents. Perfect. So Dark Suspicions. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses 1 life for each card in his or her hand more than you have in your hand. So if I can find a way to more quickly play my cards than my opponent, I can essentially Mind Vice them and force them to actually take more damage for having cards in their hand. I don't like Gibbering Descent for black. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, the player loses 1 life and discards a card. I'm not sure if I want to go on the discard plan yet. Forcing everybody to discard cards. Doing straight light floss just seems like a very slow version of burn. A lot of these enchantments that just say deal a damage at each upkeep don't seem like they're worth playing. I don't have a lot to trigger them, and my commander doesn't have necessarily all the great stuff in the world for that. Just already attached to it. I think I would rather go on the discard strategy, so as they're drawing more cards, I can continuously slow the game down by forcing them to discard those cards, draw more cards, discard those cards, taking damage in between. Oh, Painful Quandary. Oh my god, you're $9. Wow, I remember when this thing was $2. Back in the good old days when these big fat rares that were like really expensive, too expensive for any other format, were just like only $1, like 25 cents most of the time. As soon as commander player picks it up, it shoots back up in price by like $10. Quest of the Neil Stone. Quest for the Neil Stone. 1 black mana, enchantment. Whenever an opponent discards a card, you put a quest counter on it. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if the player has no cards in hand, and Quest for the Neil Stone has 2 or more quest counters on it, you let that player lose 5 life. Nope. I'm in the business of making them draw cards. That seems exceedingly rare that I'll make them do that. Maybe I want a Wound Reflection, or one of the reflection cards. I can't remember what it was called. Reflection. Try that one more time. Alright, so back in what was it called? The set up, yes, back in the Shadowmoor days, there were these cards that were the reflections. There was Boon Reflection that gave you twice as much life when you gain life, Mana Reflection that doubles the mana that enters your mana pool, Thought Reflection, double the cards that you draw, and creatures you control have double strike as Rage Reflection. Now Wound Reflection, that's what I was talking about. Oh my god. 2148. Jeez, oh Pete. I don't want to blow my budget on you. At the end of each turn, each opponent loses life equal to the life he or she lost this turn. It's so good. It's worth it. It's worth it. One wound reflection. And we're going to go with all the budget land destruction. I'm going to remove 7 swamps and just start adding in a couple of land disruption spells. A ghost quarter is a great budget option for land destruction. Strip mine is like $7 right now. I don't know if I really want to strip mine. When I just put in wound reflection is actually extremely good, because when your opponent just so happens to see wound reflection and goes, oh my gosh, I can just attack everybody, or like sort of insanguinate everybody, and you could insanguinate everybody, and everybody else takes access damage. But it doesn't affect you. It just affects each opponent at their end step, which is super powerful. Now, there's Ghost Quarter. There is Tectonic Edge. Tectonic Edge. And let's put in Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin. Ooh, coffee. I don't know if many of you are coffee drinkers out there, but I've been trying to kick coffee for a minute, just so like I can get all the caffeine out of my system. I feel like I was drinking way too many cups per day. So I finally just started back up. Oh man, can I not think of the actual name of the other land destruction lands? It appears I cannot. Too bad we're doing budget. I can't put Liliana of the Veil in there. Land. Destroy. Lands that say destroy. How much is Dust Bowl right now? Ooh. $12 actually, just $12. Ooh. I will take an Encroaching Waste. One Encroaching Waste. I can't afford yeah, no, I definitely cannot afford any. Hey, what's this? Oh no, that's garbage. Yeah. I can't afford Wasteland, I can't afford Strip Mine. We will check Blast Zone, but right now in Standard, since it just came out and everybody's thinking that it's pretty cool for Legacy and whatnot, and it is pretty good. But it might still have that new card kind of price tag on it. Yeah, see, $6. As more of these get pulled, as the game like keeps going later and later, and they're going to sell a lot of this set. This is already very popular, and people want the Planeswalkers for the Super Friends deck. So I imagine that this is going to drop down all the way to maybe $2 or $3. Oh well. Encroaching Waste. Nope, I already put Encroaching Waste in there. Let's see Hero's Downfall. Hero's Downfall. Oh, destroy target legendary creature. Hero's Demise. Destroy target commander for $1. Destroy target legendary creature. Instant. 1 and a black. Yeah, I'm going to play with Hero's Demise. I want to play with Hero's Demise. Get a little cheeky. And don't worry, I haven't forgot about those 4 lands that I still have left to fill. Oh my god. Is this thing really $350? Jeez, oh Pete. Does not need to be that much. Alright, let's try Destroy All and see what comes up in black. And I hope there's something other than Damnation. Avatar of Woe. How much is an Avatar of Woe? $2? A little much for Avatar of Woe. It rarely untaps. Bantu's Last Reckoning. We need a budget Wrath, and this literally destroys all creatures. It is Black Day of Judgment. It destroys all the creatures, but we don't untap our lands during our untap step next turn. Our lands get frozen. And whatever, we're drawing extra cards. Damnation, you're obviously, yeah, you're back up to like 30 some odd dollars. Crux of Fate. Oh, hello. You are not very expensive. I shall copy you for now unless I can find a better Wrath spell. Deadly Tempest seems a little bit expensivo. Destroy all non-enchantment creatures, which is Extinguish All Hope. How much is Final Finality? Oh, Final Eternity. Sorcery. For X, double black, destroy up to 3 target creatures with toughness X or less. If X is 10 or more, return all creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah. Seems good. Yeah, just creature cards from my graveyard to the battlefield. That seems great. How much is a Solemn right now? Let's see. Where's Siloam Simulacrum? How much are you right now? Oh yeah, I'll take you. I'll swing out for Solemn. He's worth the $4, and so is a Mind Stone, but I only have to pay probably $1 for it, or less, because it's Mind Stone, and there's like 10 printings of Mind Stone. What else do we got here? Life's Final. Oh, Finale. Life's Finale. Yeah, this is another good Wrath that's a little underrated. Destroy all creatures and search target opponent's library for up to 3 creature cards. Put them into his or her graveyard. Then that player shuffles his or her library. There's always one deck that cannot monetize their graveyard very well and can't turn their graveyard into a resource very well based on their colors. And they can't do anything with the creatures like the mono blue deck. Some mono blue decks use creatures as win conditions. So when you search out their few creatures, their few big win conditions, and you put them into their graveyard, that player just straight up has nothing else that they can do. They hope that they can shuffle it all back in, but a lot of times they don't get the chance. So it's a decent Wrath spell, and I'm willing to pay $2.50 for it. Liliana Death's Majesty. What? $7. People like Liliana. That's all I'm gonna say. Just people like Liliana. Navarro's Disc. How much are you? $2? Yes, I'll take Navarro's Disc. I am looking at artifacts as my primary way to ramp in this deck, but I'm willing to blow up all the artifacts that I control if I can get rid of the one good one that my opponent might have. Where is Demonic Tutor? How much is Demonic Tutor? What? Really? Are all of these? Wow, all of these shot up. I remember when Demonic Tutor, like a lot of them were literally only like $7. Commander caught on. Commander caught on. All the lame people found out about Commander. Dang. Phyrexian Scripture seems a little slow. More coffee. Oh, I should look for Erebos. Yes, I should just look for enchantment. creatures. Yeah, there's only so many black enchantment creatures. Wait. Hold on a second here. Oh, it turned off Commander legal only and Black Commander. I must have reloaded the page by mistake. Agent of Erebos. Here's Archfiend of Finality, Doomwake Giant. How much is actual Erebos? $9? Yeesh. Ooh, yeah, Fate Unraveler. 3 and a black. 3/4. Whenever an opponent draws a card, it deals 1 damage to that player. Yeah, okay. 1 Fate Unraveler. So now, during each turn rotation, they take 2 from my commander's trigger to draw 2 more cards. And then for drawing those 2 cards, they take another 2 damage. Well, 2 damage after the 2 life loss. And during their draw step, they draw their normal card per turn and then take another 1 damage. So each turn rotation, they take 5 damage. Yeah. Yeah, alright. I'm into it. I need a way to make use out of all of the cards in my hand, and I prefer to play them a little bit faster. Oh, that reminds me of Bojuka Bog. Bojuka Bog. Bojuka Bog. To exile the graveyard, and then I need 3 more lands? Yeah, Agent of Erebos. Yeah, sure, I'll take the Agent of Erebos. Incidental Graveyard Hate on a decent body seems good. And let's look for a card that just has to deal with swamps. I'm looking for something that gives my swamps the ability to tap for more by just looking under black and under legal in commander. Lillian of the Dark Realms. I know I can't afford you, but I'd like to dream. What do you have? Oh, nothing. Oh, yeah. Myers Toll. 1 black, sorcery. Target player reveals a number of cards from his or her hand equal to the number of swamps you control. That player, you choose one of them. That player discards that card. 1-for-1s in Commander are usually not very good because it puts you and that other opponent at a loss. Well, since we have so many swamps, I'm actually going to play Squelching Leeches. It's the Star. It's one of the Star creatures that has power and toughness equal to the number of swamps you control. And I'll take it. I have no problem putting that into my hand. Copy. Nightmare. Now, do we have another one? What's this? Nightmare Incursion. 5 black, sorcery. Search target player's library for up to X cards, where X is the number of swamps you control. Remove them from the game. Then that player shuffles his or her library. Yes? Yes. I would like to do that. Let's just check the diamonds real quick. There is, yes, Charcoal Diamond. It is 2, and it's an artifact that enters the battlefield taps for black. I would like that in my deck. This is a way to quickly ramp up. It's very cheap. Oh, Karish Eridu Blackblade. It's one of those equal to the number of swamps you control again. Creatures. Yep, Heir to Blackblade. Just so we have a creature that's big and hurt people. Let's look at draws cards. Let's see. There should be something in black that punishes people for drawing cards, other than Fate Unraveler. If not, that's going to be a little sad. Infernal Offering. No. Let's see. Where do you have for me? Memory jar, no. Oh, whenever an opponent draws a card, Obnexilus the Hate Twisted deals 1 damage to that player. Destroy target creature. Its controller draws 2 cards. Yes. I would love an Obnexilus. But you have to be very careful in how you present these sort of cards, and you got to present them at the last minute, I think. So to just be like, oh, well, here's my commander. Oh, and by the way, here's this Obnexilus who's just gonna hang out here. Don't mind him. By the way, take double damage. Yep, that's coffee on my stomach. Pain's Reward, 2 and a black sorcery. You bid any amount of life in turn order. Each player may top the high bid. The bidding ends if the high bid stands. The higher bidder loses life equal to the high bid and draws 4 cards. That's an interesting table politic conversation. I don't believe that I want it, but it's pretty sweet. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Oh, Teferi's puzzle box. It's $6. You gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna take it. Oh, and you know, I'm gonna add in Temple of the False God. Temple of the False God. We're gonna add that in as one of our last lands. And then I'm going to check how much my deck actually costs right now on tappedout.net. It shows you a list of like several options, I think it was. One was MTGO, and then another one was TCG Player. Wow, I'm already at $122. That is incredibly terrible. My God. Okay, let's go back. Enter in something new in here. We're going to enter in cards with $1, cards with a value less than $1. 1.00. Perfect. Yeesh. Actually, I'm going to check Baleful Force real quick. It's been so long since I've seen him. Oh, yeah, no, see, Baleful Force is fine. And luckily, there are 3,614 cards in Magic the Gathering's history right now in black that are legal in Commander and cost less than $1. So we have some room. I'm gonna just check Corlash, see how much he's worth, actually. Oh, you're $5? That's why? I'm sure there's something else in here that must be Is it Wound Reflections? Yeah. I think I might have to cut Wound Reflection. Goodbye, Wound Reflection. Hello, us going back up to going down to $100. Wait, what happened? Why did our price not decrease at all? Oh God, get it to refresh. See, Abyssal Spectre, Abyssal Persecutor. How about at the beginning of each upkeep, each player sacrifices a creature? I think I would like to see something like this. Each player discards capital punishment. No. Awaken the erstwhile. Each player discards all cards in their hand, then creates that many 2/2 black zombie tokens for 15 cents. Perfect. A great way to slow the game down while I have my commander on the battlefield. Make it very hard for people to actually beat me up while I have an army of 2/2s and they have 2/2s and they can't all slam them into me. Nobody wants to tap out. Oh, thank God. I still have like $22 to work with. And I have a lot of cards to fill up. Let's see. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, if the player has one or fewer cards in hand. No, I don't want that. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player discards a card. Cunning Lethiomancer. Yeah, I'll take Cunning Lethiomancer. 2/2 for 2 and a black. Yeah, let's also take Fleshbag Marauder. Ooh, Delirium Skeins. Delirium Skeins. Sorcery, each player discards 3 cards, 2 and a black. We'll take it for 14 cents. Each player loses half their life, then discards half the cards in his or her hand, then sacrifices half the creatures they control, round up each time. How much are you? Oh my gosh, yes. 17 cents. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I will gladly take you. I can cut everybody down in half. Ask them to do it again. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to slow down the game in a way. And, oh yeah, smallpox? Oh yeah, I'll take a little plague. Each player loses 1 life, discards a card, sacrifices a creature, then sacrifices a land. Yes, I'll take smallpox. This battlefield, each player discards a card. Plague Crafter, Plague Rats. Siphon Mind? Yeah, I'd like a Siphon Mind. I'm just trying to load up on discard and junk right now. Whenever Stronghold Rats deals combat damage to a player, each player discards a card. 2/1 for 2 and a black. Yeah, I'll take that. After this, I think I might be good on discard for a moment, and I might want to just focus more so on something along the lines of actually monopolizing my graveyard a bit, like something that I can cast from my graveyard. Whenever Scythe Spectre deals combat damage to a player, each opponent discards a card. Each player who discarded a card, the highest converted mana cost among discarded cards this way loses life equal to the converted mana cost. Yeah, Scythe Spectre equal to 57 cents. And I also need cards that I can cast from graveyard. Cast from grave. There's not too many in here. Oh, cards with like threshold would be nice. That reminds me. Oh, Dread Wanderer. Yeah, that's not very good. It's very small. Crypt Wailing. 3 black. Pay 1. Remove 2 creature cards from your graveyard. In your graveyard from the game. Target player discards a card. Play this ability anytime you could play a sorcery. Yeah. Oh, Hedonist Trove. Yeah, I used to like this card. 5 black. Exile all cards from target opponent's graveyard. Then you may cast non-land cards with Hedonist Trove. You may play cards Land cards with Hedonist Trove that have been exiled with it. We're also gonna take Crypt Wailing. I want Crypt Wailing. We are running low on time. I have to fill up my yard with like another. How many cards? Like 30 cards. Yeah. Implement of Malice. No. Mirror Reservoir. Oathsworn Vampire. If you gained life this turn, I'm not doing a lot of life gaining. Rescue from the Underworld. Less streams. Skeletal Scrying until end of. Sins of the Past. Until end of turn, as a sorcery speed card. You may play target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that card will be put into your graveyard this turn, remove it from the game instead. Remove Sins of the Past from the game. Do I have any cards that I care enough about to do that? Yawgmoth's Agenda. Play no more than one spell each turn. You may play cards in a graveyard as though they were in your hand. If a card will be put into your graveyard from anywhere, remove it from the game instead. Nah. Yeah, there's not too much for $1 that I can use to cast stuff from my yard. How about just Return? I bet Return would give me a lot better results. Oh yeah, see there's more. Very careful about your tricky wording. Ooh, Apprentice Necromancer. Sacrifice it. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature gains haste. Sacrifice it at the end step. I'm going to put you down as a definite maybe. Definite maybe. Artisan of Kozilek, 10-9 for 9, Annihilator 2. When you cast it, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Nah. I don't do enough surveilling for Blood Operative either. Bond of Revival. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste until your next turn. Yeah? Yeah? You say? I think I'll take a Bone Dragon. 3 black, 5/4 flying, 3 black, exile 7 other cards from your graveyard. Return Bone Dragon from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a dragon skeleton. I would like 1 bone skeleton. And we're going to save him actually as the picture. Yep, Bone Dragon is now the picture. Clear the stage. Target creature. No. Ooh, Champion of Stray Souls. Oh, yeah, this one. He shuffles. He flip-flops the creatures in your graveyard for the creatures on the battlefield. He's 4 black. You can pay 5 black. Put him on top of your library from your graveyard. Pay 3 black, tap him, sacrifice X of the creatures, return X target creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield. He's 4/4. He's not the fastest thing, but he's actually very strong. If he's one of those cards where if you leave it for any amount of time and you have any other cards to do anything with, like let's say Solemn or something, you could just flop them back and forth real quick. It's pretty sweet. See, what else do I have here that returns from my graveyard to the battlefield and is a creature? Oh, Exarch. Tumor Exarch. Actually, I think that there might be some good use here for Champion of Stray Souls. I don't have a lot to go with him, unfortunately. Besides Solemn and a few of these other creatures that have ETBs. Ever After, return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Either of those creatures is a black zombie in addition to the other types and colors. Yep. Ever After. And put it onto the bottom of its owner's library. The card itself. So, Yeah. Eternal Taskmaster, 2/3 for 1 and a black. Enters the battlefield. Whenever it attacks, you may pay it 2 and a black. If you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, it's okay. Let's see, what else do we got? I need some real power. Do we play Gravedigger? Nah, probably not. Yeah, let's play Gravedigger. And actually, let's also play Drownyard Temple. Because right now it's less than $1. It returns itself from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I will play Drownyard Temple as that final land that we need to round out our mana base. Plus, like, when we discard it, because our hand is maybe too big sometimes, we can actually play off that and just ramp ourselves. Play a land per turn, discard this, pay 3, put it back on the battlefield, ramp. Oh, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped for 5, black. And you also get a 5/5 flying Beard Spirit. Beard Spirit. That blue vulture is a Beard Spirit. Not a bird spirit, Beard Spirit. Kikau. Haunted Fengraf. Turn target creature card at random. Nah. Alright, I think that is my, like, 12-minute warning going off, telling me I have to hurry it up. Oh, I got 21 more cards to go. Oh, Profane Command is always a great card to just quickly one-shot somebody. Quickly poke them for a good 10, 12, or if you have Cabal Coffers. I don't in this case, but it is a... if you have the money for upgrades, you can potentially do that. Reassembling Skeleton is great to discard and then return to the battlefield. All of our mana. We're going to be playing a land per turn, just like a lot of other people. Wish there was a better way to ramp with all of this mana, and not just in rituals. Oh, there's Tortured Existence. Choose and discard a card, a creature card. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Twilight's Call keeps looking better and better. Undead Gladiator. Nah. Oh, each player choose friend or foe. Each friend returns a creature card from their graveyard to their hand. Each foe sacrifices a creature they control. Vertices Maneuver. Yeah. Let's do that. Oh, I need to go forward. Wretched Confluence. Yeah, I need more removal. And a little recursion doesn't hurt in black. I want more fast mana. And more sweet creatures in black. Let's just look up artifacts quick that have tap abilities that are less than $1. And perhaps mention mana. There's Darksteel Ingot. There's some other junk. It's always worrisome if we can't actually end up monopolizing this card draw faster than our opponents. Okay, so just add in black mana symbol. 1 black mana. Altar of Shadows at the beginning of Oh yeah, that's right. Lead and Mirror. I almost forgot about Lead and Mirror. Hello, handsome. You would be a fantastic mana dork. I will take you. God, I love the Mirror series for the decks that have difficulty ramping because they're not ingrained. Beginning of your... Okay, Altar of Shadows, 7 mana, artifact. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, add black to your mana pool for each charge counter on Shadow of Altars. Destroy target creature, then put a charge counter on Altar of Shadows. Ugh, might take a while to get going, but... You know... Maybe. Actually, I don't mind taking Scepter of Fugue here. Target player discards a card. Play this only during your turn. Yeah, I don't mind playing that. And I will take the Altar of Shadows. If nobody blows it up. How much is Black Market? Ooh, like $8, $9. We'll stick you in the maybe section again. Okay, how many cards do I need now? Okay, Altar of Shadows is on there. I need like 14 more cards. I want like a couple more cards. Oh yeah, Cryptghast. Where is Cryptghast? Cryptghast, how much are you? Don't tell me like... Alright, Cryptghast. Copy. We'll put you over here with Black Market. I'm going to cut all of you just in case you're effing up my count. I would think Crypto of Agadeem might be worth it, but not right now. There's just not enough. Oh yeah, Cryptolith Fragment. Yeah, it turns into a hitter, a little beater, if it flips. And like when it gets low and I have like a sweet little flyer that automatically, when it attacks, each player loses life, each opponent loses life. That's even better. And I just kind of irked myself. Black Market. Come on. And Cryptghast. Cryptghast, there we go. Oh my god, you'll blow my entire budget. Tormod's Crypt. Now let's look at Relic of Progenitus, actually. Relic of Progenitus. I will take you. You're only $1. You're only ever $1. You're fantastic. That's all it for that. Crypt Angel, protection from white. Comes into play. Return a blue or a red. Nope. Already outside of my colors. It's a tapped pool. No. I want to add mana. Do any of you actually just tap for mana straight up? Guardian Idol, okay. Tormod's Crypt. Nah, I don't want you. I'll take a Guardian Idol in all of the chaos. I'm going to take an archetype of finality. Am I spelling wrong? Try that. Archetype of Finality. There we go. There was an E in the middle. It is the one that takes away all... It's the one that takes away all the death touch from your opponent's creatures and gives all of your creatures death touch. Hedron Archive, just Fat Mind Stone. Let's see. Mind Stone, Milken. Pristine Talisman, I would take you. Prophetic Prism, not interested. Beginning of upkeep, whenever you cast a green spell, now. I'll take that Unstable Obelisk just because I probably need a Vindicate of some kind. Just as a catch-all. Some kind of hope of getting out. Save and continue editing. Oh wait, what's this one? Victory Chimes, 3, artifact. Untap Victory Chimes during each player's untap step. Well, if I can find a way to use this. Copy? Yes? I'll take the Victory Chimes. Now, if only I had something to spend it on. Need 7 more cards. Let's see what I have for the budget. I might be able to swing out. Yeah, I can add Black Market and... Yep, I can add Black Market in. And same thing with the other one too. Black Market and Bloodgust. 2 heavy hitters that I can add to my deck. Yes. Play them. Now I just need 4 more cards. And I'm done. I'm thinking removal, removal, removal. What good black kill spells are there? I would like probably just 1 more destroy target in black. Preferably an instant. Okay, there's Cast Down, there's Full Revival, Dark Betrayal, Dark Withering, Death Rattle, Disembowel. I don't want to go up straight up murder. Oh yeah, Malicious Affection. That is perfect. If a creature die this turn, choose a second creature to kill. Oh yeah, but it's only a Doomblade, so it hits non-black creatures. Then there's a Murderous Cut. Hopefully I can cast that for just 1. Do I want? No Price of Fame. Just 2 more cards. I got a minute and a half left. I'm just gonna choose Destroy. No, wait, actually that won't work. I'm gonna check Fleshbag Marauder real quick. Fleshbag. Cut. Paste. How much is Fleshbag right now? Oh, yes. I can afford you, Fleshbag. Just as a good card to put in Plague Crafter. Plague Crafter. Yeah, I can afford Plague Crafter too. Sweet. I have a whole little toolbox set of things to do with that skeleton. And let's just check my budget real quick to see if I'm within budget. I should be. None of those cards I added are too much. How did my price jump so much? Oh, dear God. It wasn't counting things in the maybe section. All right, goodbye, Black Market. Oh, I can't remember the other card that I added. Let's just look at rats real quick. There's always some good rats. Let's look up rat. Burglar rat, chittering rats. Copy. Add you in. Thought I could afford Black Market. I could not. Gotta get rid of Crypt Gas too. Can't put you in. And then for our last one is Twilight's Call. Twilight's Call. Twilight's Call is sort of... Yeah, it's a rather interesting card. It's let me see if I can just pull it up real quick here. Sorcery, Twilight's Call. 4 black. You may cast it at any time. You could cast an instant by paying 2 more to cast it, so you can potentially pay 8 for instant speed or 6 for sorcery. And each player returns all creature cards from his or her graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah. It's alright. It's just not one-sided like we would prefer. Oh well. We still have lots of other creatures that actually have the ability to return things for us. And that's it. That's the time. At least I finished everything on time this time. I got everything that I needed. I have a good number of lands. I think I might have gone a little heavier than I would have liked on artifacts. But they're all useful. They all go with the thing of the go with the plan for the deck. Cold coffee. It's cold now. And actually something like Teferi's Puzzle Box, even though I don't have a tutor to get Teferi's Puzzle Box, if I can find Teferi's Puzzle Box with all the card draw, I can hopefully shuffle my hand back in, and I can make each player do the same during their draw steps. So something like, where is it? Yes, Fate Unraveler or Ob Nixilis, the Hate Twisted. It would sort of just create this cycle of like, all right, you take 7 and whatever. Oh, and you draw 2 more. And because you're drawing more during your upkeep, you're refilling your hand for Teferi's Puzzle Box. You're drawing that additional 3, plus you're going to shuffle those 3 back in, and you're going to be drawing more. So essentially you're drawing like sometimes 10 or more cards in a single turn to take 10 damage. And it's kind of just you have 1 turn to answer this or you might die. Which is a little contradictory to cards that say each player discards a card, like Cunning Lithomancer. But we don't necessarily have to play those cards if we don't want to, and it's more of a backup thing, I suppose. Where our main way of winning the game, from what it looks like, is dropping this and sort of using some of these more attrition-y cards to grind out other opponents and deal damage and like have everybody just take 1 here and there every single turn and take 2 off of our commander every turn. They're all gaining cards. They're all pinging each other for more. Everybody's taking more damage. And then when everybody starts to get really low, we can end up playing something like, where is Fraying Omnipotence? Yes, play something like Fraying Omnipotence. and each player loses half their life, and then has to discard half the cards in their hand, sacrifice half the creatures they control, and round up each time. So that basically puts a new clock into play very, very quickly, because everybody is suddenly down even lower than before. And now when I start to have my commander in play and they take 2 while they're only at like 13 or 10 or whatever, suddenly that's actually a significantly higher portion of your life. That is something that is there to worry about. Even just taking 1 when you're only at like 13 and there's a bunch of big creatures on board, me just trying to swing in real quick and try to go for the win. Yeah, plus I can recur a lot of my creatures, so Frying Omnipotence is a pretty good one. I didn't like the idea of having like the toolboxy thing anymore, because when I saw this and I realized I can't tutor for this, and even if I find this, it's all right. Yeah, it's just a little slow. A lot of times you don't want to tap with Marlin of the Morning Song. But she is really cool, because what she does is 1 black, as I said before, 2/3. Players can't draw cards. She lets everybody tutor during their upkeeps, and they pay 3 life to do that, to find the 1 card that they want. But they can't draw the card for the draw step. They a lot of times can't draw. And they won't be able to draw the 2 cards off of this, so they end up taking 5 damage, as I said before. Plus, later in the game, if we are playing this, and then we can start to tutor out things like Nightmare, or if we have Nightmare in the graveyard already, and some of our other cards that say Swamps Matter, then we can start searching for things like the Gravewalker or Flesh, or like Gravedigger or whatever, and just pop those into play, return some of these things like Squelching Leeches to our hands, replay them. We have a decent amount of removal. I'm glad to see that I have at least 4 murders, 4 murder-esque effects. And the Hero's Demise, I'm excited to actually try to play with that. I want to play with that just to say that I have a 2-mana kill spell just for commanders with no strings attached, which seems pretty sweet. Just hits all commanders. Just a nice little catch-all. We have a good amount of Wrath spells too. Yeah, we don't want the game to get too carried away. And plus we can play it almost like politically, where when we have all these people draw all these extra cards, and then we're just like saying, okay, well, it's it's getting crazy. Let's just play Bantu's Last Reckoning, or let's blow up the board real quick with one of our Wrath spells, and then proceed to just play like Fleshbag Marauder or whatever, and just put those into play with our Plague Crafters and such. We can almost get away with just forcing them to draw these cards, accelerating the game, but then slowing the game down a lot, and we don't look too bad for wrathing the board and killing everything a lot. Plus, we can bring them back if we want. All in all, this deck is pretty good. Thanks for watching this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I think I'm going to have to stop using those calls to actions now. They kind of bug me. I don't like doing it. Anyway, thanks for everything. Check me out in the next video. Have a nice night. Oh, yeah, face touch. There you go. New mic face touch.